Hey, this is Meredith's husband. I've got some SEO advice for you, but I'm going to keep it really simple so that you can understand it, so it makes sense, and most importantly, so you can actually use it. So last week we talked about the reasons why SEO sucks.
Yes.
Which I think was, I thought it was kind of unique. I don't think many SEOs are out there talking about why SEO sucks.
True.
And I did want to address some of those. Some of those I think are more like perceived reasons why SEO sucks than like SEO actually sucks. And a little bit about how I would approach those things.
Yeah.
Avoid or minimize the suckiness.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea in life.
Yeah, that's a good approach. But this week I want to talk about the reasons why SEO is awesome.
Oh, yeah, bring it on.
And so I have six reasons.
Oh, nice.
I think there are more. There are a bunch. But I had 5 reasons why SEO sucks. I was thinking of doing 5 reasons why SEO is awesome. But there are really 6 I have to include.
At least. Yeah. Bring them on.
So first, let me ask you, what in your entire professional career as a photographer, what percentage, roughly, just very roughly, what percentage of your clients have come from Google, from SEO?
Not word of mouth.
Correct.
I'd say 80.
80%. And the other 20%?
Word of mouth. I'd say word of mouth and Yelp.
Okay. So I'll point out that you won't get any Yelp. You won't get any business from Yelp until you have some business first, because it's the reviews on Yelp. So
correct.
Yelp is effective. Yes.
But without, very annoying.
But without
anyway.
Yelp the company, not Yelp the clients.
No,
not clients from. Oh.
Clients.
So you wouldn't have gotten those reviews on Yelp if it weren't for the SEO to begin with.
Correct. And
also true for the word of maybe the word of mouth. Let's say it's mainly SEO, word of mouth, and eventually Yelp. So that brings us to reason number 1 why SEO is awesome. It can build your career.
Yeah, it can.
Like it can build your entire career. It's built it's obviously built my career.
Yes.
For 2 reasons. Number 1, I do SEO and I charge people money for it. But number 2, my own SEO. Like that's how I got my clients. When I started my business, I did some initial like business networking. Mm-hmm. You've heard of like BNI, those sorts of.
Right.
Yeah, I did some of that, and I got some initial clients that way. But since then, since I would say my first year in business, it's all been SEO.
That's great. Yeah, and me too. Thanks to you.
So it can, and this is probably not completely unique to SEO. There are other ways you can build a business that, can be, you could probably use social media to build a business. Yeah. It'd be very different. I don't know.
People do. Dermatologists do.
Yeah.
Photographers do. Lots of people do.
Yeah. And I'll get a little bit, I'll get to that in a little bit more in reason number 3, I think. But it can build your entire career.
Yeah.
Reason number 2 why SEO is awesome is it's unlimited traffic compared to things like advertising. So especially pay-per-click. So in my world, there's 2 sides of search engines. There's the free side, the organic side, and then there's the paid side. Mm. All of my clients do both, and most companies do some form of advertising, and it can be effective, but you're paying for every single click.
Right.
So SEO, once you're at the top of Google, who knows, you don't get charged per click. So depending on your market, you could get 10 visitors a day, you can get 10,000 visitors a day. It depends on what you're on top for. Right. But it's unlimited. There's a bunch of people. And closely related, number 3 is just the nature of search, the timing. It's the ideal timing. People are actively looking for in your case, photographer when you are in front of them.
Right.
Right. That's the ideal time. Right. So compare that to,
walking
traditional
down the street and thinking, is there a photographer anywhere in this neighborhood?
Yeah. Right. When they're like, hey, I need a photographer. And there you are. Like, bing. It's the perfect timing. Compare that to like traditional advertising or marketing, which is, way back is, think of TV.
Yellow
ads.
Pages?
Well, Yellow Pages, I don't know if that's really advertising. That's
advertising. That was advertising back in the day. You'd go under photographers way back in the day.
That, I guess,
I wasn't born yet, of course.
That was kind of the equivalent, I guess, of search engines.
Yeah.
If you need something, hey, there it is. You go look and
you go
look
to
for
the
it and
yellow
you find
pages.
It.
Yeah. I mean, my parents would say that.
Right.
I guess
I've never seen a yellow pages.
I was not born.
But compare that to think of TV advertising.
Yeah.
Which is what would be called interruption marketing. You're just interrupting somebody. They're doing something else, and you're putting your product in front of them and hoping that it connects with them.
Right.
You're interrupting what they're doing. This is kind of true, I think, for social media, although there's a whole lot more targeting. If somebody's on social media, that doesn't mean they're looking for a photographer. They might be, I suppose.
It could mean they're looking for a top. Sometimes people do go on Instagram.
But in general, like the people on, if you go on Instagram, you're going on Instagram.
Right.
And so if you're putting your services and your photos in front of those people, they're not actively searching for a photographer, most likely. I would say most of the time. Yeah.
I think if you're really searching for something, you go on Google. If you just want to kill time and, see what pops up, Instagram.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so let's talk a little bit more about social media. Reason number 4, why SEO is awesome. If you're doing SEO properly, like we've been talking about, building a resource
blog.
Yes.
And links back and front.
Yeah. Let's just talk about just the resource, just the content.
Yeah.
For a second. Okay. If you are doing that properly, that content should feed your social media content.
Yes. Wait, say that again.
So how much time do you? So when you think about creating content for social media, I mean, you need a lot of content, right? You need to post often.
Yeah. Ideally,
you need to come up with things to post. How much of an effort is that?
It's enormous for me. It is because, for example, I can post stories of things that interest me that might interest other people politically, animal, funny, other cool photographers, etc. Or if I did actually post a post, which I seem to do once every 6 months, then I'll say new post. But I get very
overwhelmed,
insecure, and overwhelmed.
That too.
And I feel like nothing's good enough.
So let me ask you this: if those posts that you create, things that interest you, elephants, stories, yes,
elephants.
Now, are those helping to build your business? Are they targeting your clients? No, right. So you still, if you want
my enjoyment.
No, that's fine. I'm not saying that's a problem. So you would still need, if you want to use social media to help build your business, you would still need to come up with some content, right?
Yeah.
That's focused. Now, if you are building resources for your SEO, that's the perfect kind of content that then you can break up and use little bits of for your social media content. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does make sense. I just don't do it. You do it really well. I do not.
Yeah. See, in the world today, everything is about content. You need content. You need content for everything. Yeah. So if you try to build, a mountain of content for SEO and a mountain of content for social media and a mountain of content for something else, you've just run out of time.
No kidding.
So the goal should be you create your mountain of content, and then you take little bits of that mountain and you put some on Instagram and some on Facebook and some on Twitter and some on LinkedIn, and you distribute it
and spread the seeds.
Because there's not enough time in the day to create different sets of content for all these places. So if you are creating content for your blog that is a resource, and let's say you have an article in it, it's sites like this podcast, 6 points about SEO that are awesome, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be at least 6 pieces of content. Yeah. It's going to go on my blog. There's one, that's one big piece. And then that's going to be split up and put all over other channels.
Right.
So that's kind of, and I'm not saying I'm great at it.
You're really good at it, I think. So
you want to create your content, and your content is your content. And then it lives on your blog, and then you distribute it through the channels, through social media.
Can I just take a minute? 20 years ago, if you said that sentence, you would sound like a crazy person.
20 years ago, any conversation we have throughout the day, we would sound like crazy people.
Do you understand? Like, you create the content, put it on your blog, and that's your media for the...
that's a topic for another episode, I think. Okay. It's interesting, but it's a little off topic. So anyway, back to the list. That's going to bring us to reason number 5, why SEO is awesome. And it's kind of along the same lines. With SEO, if you're building your content, you own your content. It's on your site. You're building your empire and you own it. You've got the keys to the castle.
On the land that is yours.
Yes. That's not the case if you are building on, say, Facebook, or if you're building something on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter.
They can take it down anytime
TikTok,
they want.
They can take it down, but the rules are going to change.
Yeah.
So whatever you're doing on any of those platforms, just know that the platform may change.
Will change.
It will change. Facebook and Instagram and TikTok are the big ones now and the most recent.
Yeah.
That'll change. I remember MySpace. Like, where did MySpace go?
Friendster?
Yeah. Well, MySpace, I think now is called Facebook.
Oh, really?
Even Zuckerberg has said like, oh yeah, we just kind of did a lot of the same stuff. But you know that even if the platform stays the same, the rules are going to change. This happens all the time.
Rules of engagement.
Yeah. Even things that like Facebook said to do. No, I don't get it.
You're engaging.
Oh, yeah. True. That was a good one.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
The crowd goes wild. What we've been waiting for from Meredith.
What was I talking about?
Rules of engagement.
The rules of engagement will change, and this happens all the time. Even stuff that Facebook said like a year ago, to all our creators and advertisers, you need to do this, and then this will happen. A year later, they changed their mind, and they're not doing that. And there are a lot of creators who are super pissed off with Facebook.
Do you think it's because people then find a way to get around all of it, and then Facebook goes, "Oh no, we want to be in control."
No. They keep growing, and they keep wanting to obviously make more money.
Right.
Trying to figure out how they can monetize your content. Your content is what's making them money.
I know.
Topic for another episode.
Topic for another day.
So then the last point, and this is, I think these are all big ones, but this is an especially big one.
Yes.
You remember one of the things we talked about why SEO sucks is it takes time.
Yes.
Well, one of the biggest reasons why SEO is awesome is it lasts a long time.
Yeah.
All right.
And is it the more time you put into it, the more it helps you?
Well, yes. But I would say, in general, what comes fast goes fast.
Right.
In SEO, in everything, really. But, compare that to other things, like on social media. Like if I do a post on Instagram, how long is it before that post is ancient history?
Right.
Like 30 seconds? I don't know.
I don't know.
If you build your rankings, and let's say you get to the top of Google for some of your keywords, they're going to be there for a long time.
Yeah.
Not days, not weeks, months at the minimum.
Wow.
And then you're probably talking about years. So, for example, the blog that I built for meredithshusband.com.
Yes.
I built that last year. I just did a whole bunch of blog entries about how to deal with certain SEMrush issues.
Yeah.
And I started getting lots of traffic. I haven't done anything in terms of SEO. I haven't done anything extra special for it. I just created it. It's getting good organic traffic. I haven't touched it really for months. It's still getting thousands of visitors per month.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So that's the type of, and it's going to stay that way. Eventually it will start to trail off, and I would lose that if I don't, do some upkeep, if I don't keep adding content, which I will do.
Of course.
But it's just going to last a long time.
Yeah.
There's not much else out there in the online world. Ads, they will not, they run as long as you are actively paying for them.
Right.
There's not much else out there that has any lasting power.
Because where is it going to go?
Where is what going to go?
Content on the interweb.
Well, your content stays. Yeah.
Yes.
On the interweb. Yeah. And remember, you own it. Nobody else has the ability to take it down.
Yeah.
Now, if you do build good rankings and then you don't do anything and just sit back, like I said, it'll last months at least. It will start to trail off over time.
Because somebody else is going to be working on it.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not going to be like you're number one today and tomorrow you're gone if you don't stay active with it.
Right.
Now, I think there was something in that first point that I mentioned that I was going to talk about later. I don't think I did.
Okay.
I don't remember what that first point was.
Oh, jeez. The first point of why SEO is great?
Yeah, it was career. It was like it can build your career. And I
You
said
built
something.
my career?
Yeah, I know. Oh, I know.
You built it. And of course, I did have something.
You did the work. Yeah, I brought attention to your work.
Right. You brought the eyeballs.
Yeah.
And then the people decided. The people united will never be divided.
Is that special? Is that from something?
It's like a chant from marches I've been at. The people united
will
never be divided.
Yeah, that does sound familiar. Okay, so what I am going to do right now is I'll probably go back and listen to this episode and try to figure out what that one thing was, and then I'll come back if necessary.
Okay.
And add a little note. But
okay,
otherwise,
I'll be here.
No, you won't. You'll be gone.
I'll be gone.
Yeah. Or maybe I'll come back with you. Okay, turn your mic back on.
It's on.
So I mentioned in number 1,
yes,
we started talking about a little bit about social media and how social media can build your career. And I said I'll talk a little bit more about that.
Oh,
it was
good.
It was reason number 4. Not I said, more is coming up in reason number 3. It's reason number 4.
2 and 4 are often confused.
3
or 1 and 4.
Any numbers, if you're talking to Meredith, any numbers are confusing.
This is true.
There's reason number 4 and how you use content and then repurpose your blog content for social media. Okay, that's it. Back to the show. Those are 6 reasons why I think SEO is pretty awesome. Thank you, Dolly.
Thank you, Dolly. The great Dolly Parton.
Until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, thank you so much for listening. We really hope that you find this helpful and useful. And if you do, what you could do for us as a thanks would be to, drumroll please, yes, leave a review. Yes, everybody says it, I know, but it really does make a difference. Take 3 seconds, leave as many stars, say something really nice about what you like about the podcast and maybe why other people would like it. It would mean the world to us, especially my husband. That better? All right, I'm going to try one where I'm not going to be charming.